the Justin Baldoni war with Blake Lively, which seems to me, initially I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively, then I've been reading all the messages between them all, and which he's been putting out, obviously, and it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
In Blake Lively's amended complaint, Blake Lively mentions that there are 2 other unnamed actresses from the set of It Ends With Us that can corroborate the same story, basically saying that Justin Baldoni is a very, very bad man. But did Hollywood Reporter?
The backstory here, Blake Lively essentially threatened, you could say, Justin Baldoni, calling Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds her beautiful little dragon monsters that she sometimes has to use to get what she wants done.
Piers Morgan is no stranger to controversy. And this time, he set his sights on Hollywood star Blake Lively in a heated live TV segment. Morgan didn't hold back as he took aim at Lively, leaving viewers stunned. The fiery exchange quickly went viral, with fans and critics alike weighing in on the intense moment while Lively attempted to defend herself. Morgan's sharp remarks seemingly left her speechless, making this one of the most talked about TV clashes in recent...
Now, spray gunning each other with as much dirt as they could possibly do, having spewed lovey-dovey stuff to each other for months on end. I mean, again, critical drinker, this is in your world. You know, I thought it was a great film. I got to say, I've not been to the cinema and actually sat through a movie and been as quiet and as attentive as I was to that in a long time. I thought it was very, very well done. A, do you agree? And B, what do you make of these two now just trying to destroy each other in public?
Well, A, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't speak
it's
to
really
that.
good, honestly. I highly recommend it. I thought it was great. And they're both great in it,
drama. Yeah, I mean, as for the drama between them, like, if what he's alleging is true, she sounds like an absolute nightmare.
It Ends With Us, adapted from Colleen Hoover's 2016 best-selling book, addresses profound themes such as domestic rampage and misconduct. Lively portrays Lily Bloom, a character navigating a complex relationship that transitions from passionate love to obscene turmoil. The film's sensitive subject matter necessitated a thoughtful promotional approach, given its potential effect on survivors and audiences alike.
Story that covers domestic violence, but it's not about domestic violence, it's about this woman.
Let's talk about the way that Blake Lively has been promoting It Ends With Us and how it's problematic, especially for a movie about domestic violence. So you might have seen this promo video. It's still on the It Ends With Us TikTok account. And in this video, she is sitting next to, I believe, Colleen Hoover, and she tells the viewer to grab your friends, wear your florals, and go see the movie, implying this is a lighthearted movie, rom-com, chick flick, and it most definitely is not. Full disclosure, I haven't seen the movie yet. I've seen a lot of TikToks about the movie, and I've heard that the movie itself and the domestic violence portrayed within it drew audible gasps within the movie theaters and then sobs from people as well. So marketing it as this is irresponsible. Her character's name in the film is Lily Bloom, and she has been wearing a floral. Critique here would be that it's not about you, and it's not.
You don't often see messy women in film. I feel like this is a film that's important to be made because just as an actor, I am not often given the opportunity to tell the story of a woman that really experiences the entire spectrum of female or any human experience, you know? Like when you experience pain or trauma or darkness or sadness, that's your character. Or if you're light and levity and love and joy and hope, then that's your character. You don't often see a woman that gets to be so multifaceted because you don't often see messy women in film. And so to be able to be a woman who's contradicting herself, but yet it makes complete sense, and seeing the messiness of the human experience, I think is a beautiful thing to see because it makes people feel seen and not alone. And I know that's how I felt when I read Lily.
However, Lively's promotional tactics have come under scrutiny. Critics argue that certain marketing strategies appeared tone-deaf, especially considering the film's serious themes. For instance, the launch of a hair care line and the introduction of themed cocktails such as Rye You, Wait and Nod to the problematic character in the story were met with widespread condemnation. Many perceived these promotions as prioritizing commercial interests over the film's core message, leading to debates about the appropriateness of such tie-ins.
So
So when they were filming It Ends With Us in front of my parents' place, I can't really speak to the entire movie, but specifically for this one scene, the only time that we did see her was like specifically when she was filming. I want to say she pulled up like 10 minutes before shooting, discussed a little bit, and then the cameras were rolling, and then pretty quickly cleared out. But I honestly don't know how much interaction she had with bystanders. There were a lot of people who wanted autographs, or like a photo, or get their book signed, but they blocked off basically the entire block during the time of filming. So I'm not sure about how any of her interactions went, if there were any at all, but I will say she did draw a big...
Lively has openly discussed her expanded part in the film. It Ends With Us, where she not only starred as the protagonist Lily Bloom, but also took on significant responsibilities behind the camera, expressing immense pride in her contributions. Lively highlighted that her involvement went far beyond acting. She remarked, "The work I did as a producer was far more all-consuming than anything I did playing Lily. I just did it all. There's nothing I didn't touch on this film."
It was lucky, so personal to me.
Five Voice Balan claims that Lively sought to modify a pivotal rooftop scene and asked her husband Ryan Reynolds and close friend Taylor Swift to influence his approval, according to Baldoni during a meeting at Lively's New York penthouse Swifts. Unexpected arrival and subsequent praise for Lively's script made him feel compelled to accept the proposed changes. He took this as a strategic move to leverage Swift's influence in favor of Lively's creative direction.
So as Justin sees it, as Blake was busy trying to strong-arm and take over every part of his movie, she, out of the blue, rewrote a part of the script and then gave it to Justin for him to see if he liked it and if they can put it in the movie. But she's not the writer on the movie. And then Blake told him that he should come over to her and Ryan Reynolds' penthouse and talk about that part of the script that she wrote. But when he arrived, to his surprise, her best friend Taylor Swift was there, imploring him to use Blake's script, saying it is the single best thing she's ever read in her fucking life. And keep in mind, this is all about career advancement for Blake Lively, and Taylor Swift has been one of the people supporting her in doing that and will be pretty ruthless to keep her friend succeeding. She even let Blake Lively direct her first project ever, which was a Taylor Swift music video.
Blake Lively did not even read the book that the movie was based on.
Correct.
And we're not talking War and Peace. And then she wanted to, ixnayed all of the wardrobe choices, because when you're making a movie about a poor woman who's suffering from domestic violence, you want her to look like she has money.
Right.
That Blake said.
That's what she did.
She looks like she has money.
Yep.
And she's dressing in florals, and then she's going on this press tour pushing her liquor line and her hair care line, because that's what women who are trying to escape with their lives are worried about.
That's what generated her negative press and led to a series of clips of her being insensitive in one way.
Further complicating things, Baldwin alleges that Lively implied withholding Swift's song My Tears, ricochet from the film's trailer. Unless her editorial input was accommodated, he references a text exchange with a Sony executive suggesting that Lively's approval of the trailer was contingent upon her editorial involvement, thereby leveraging her relationship with Swift to sway production decisions.
Blake Lively did not even read the book that the movie was based on.
Correct.
And we're not talking War and Peace. And then she wanted to, ixnayed all of the wardrobe choices, because when you're making a movie about a poor woman who's suffering from domestic violence, you want her to look like she has money.
Right.
That Blake said.
That's what she did.
She looks like she has money.
Yep.
And she's dressing in florals, and then she's going on this press tour pushing her liquor line and her hair care line, because that's what women who are trying to escape with their lives are worried about.
That's what generated her negative press.
Reports indicate that Blake Lively has a history of alleged bullying towards her colleagues on the set of A Simple Favor. Her behavior reportedly contributed to a toxic work environment, with assistant director Barbara Seaman stating that she felt compelled to resign due to the distress caused by Lively's actions. As these allegations surface alongside ongoing legal disputes, they cast a shadow over Lively's professional conduct and raise concerns about her treatment of co-workers.
Blake Lively was the reason an assistant director quit A Simple Favor, allegedly of course. And we learned this from Henry Golding's post. Henry Golding, who was in A Simple Favor, made a post with the poster for another Simple Favor, and under his post, Barbed Wire TV had commented, "I worked with you on the first one. My experience with everyone was absolutely amazing except for a certain someone who is the reason I quit being an AD. Guess who that person is? Wish you all the best with this though." And Barbed Wire TV went on to say, "I want to avoid good attention around this, but I will say she was cruel to many. I know I cried my way home many nights because you try so hard to please someone who is never pleased and puts you down constantly. I can't believe it's actually getting back at her. Karma is real. And Barbed Wire TV, whose real name is Barbara Jaworski, definitely seems to work in like the production world. And for further proof, here's her IMDb. Seems to be under her maiden name. Says she's known for Barbed Wire TV, which obviously that's even her account name. Under projects, you'll see A Simple Favor. She was the 4th assistant director. So not only did we learn that she quit, but apparently she made many people cry behind the scenes, allegedly.
Compounding the issue. A 2016 interview with Lively resurfaced, drawing additional criticism in the interview. Lively's responses were perceived as dismissive and sarcastic, especially when addressing questions about her pregnancy, and the Film Cafe Society, the journalist involved, described the experience as a nightmare, highlighting the tension during their interaction.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
You've got 2 nice ones.
And they are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
Thank you, thank you. You like the movie? Are you a Woody Allen fan?
I love most of his movies, and this one was so like visually amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Did you guys love wearing those kind of clothes that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, working in digital.
Everyone wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
I would.
I love Jesse's suits and how
that's what I'm saying. His wardrobe was beautiful.
I know.
Corey's wardrobe was gorgeous. Those high-waisted pants.
He's so great.
I would wish men wore high-waisted pants like that still.
This resurfaced conversation further fueled negative feelings towards Lively, especially in the context of her current promotional challenges in.
We need to talk about this whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni stuff, because I have a lot to say.
We talked about it like we talked about it a little before,
but there's more.
But there's a lot that's come out because now there's this like anti-Blake campaign that's going on.
Really?
And I'm low-key living for it.
I'm starting to think about just like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, like everybody's like love them, they're so attractive, love their goofy relationship, but like now I'm starting to think like the way they treat each other online in front of everybody, I'm like, what is it like behind closed doors? I bet you're both awful people. Like I bet you're both just like really terrible, because the interview that she did, I don't know what, I mean, was it an Australian reporter, or she did that interview with a reporter?
Oh yeah.
And the reporter had known she was pregnant, and said, oh, I love your bump, and then she goes, love your bump, and I was like, okay, well, that was crazy.
That's a wild remark to also hit back with.
Yeah,
I know. And the reporter's like, I wanted to cry in that interview. I was like, I would have wanted to cry too. Imagine Blake Lively pokes at your pot belly.
In the ongoing court battle between Blake Lively and her, it ends with Us co-star Justin Baldoni. Recent developments have intensified the dispute. Lively's legal team sought an extension to file an amended complaint aiming to introduce new evidence against Baldoni. However, the presiding judge denied this request, emphasizing the need to adhere to the set scheduling.
Well, Blake No Teeth Lively has experienced yet another court loss. So she wanted to amend her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, right? The judge said, okay, cool, you have until Valentine's Day, February 14th. And now Blake Lively was like, oh, hold on, wait a minute, we're not ready to present yet. And she was asking for an extension until March 5th. And then the judge said, okay, why? And she's like, duh, because I'm Khaleesi and I said so. And then the judge was like, LOL, yeah, no, I'll give you until Monday. I'll give you a couple extra days. You have until Monday, but you don't have until March 5th. And so now she has until this upcoming Monday, which is February 17th, to figure out what she's going to amend in her complaint. And initially there were rumors that the amendment was going to come with some sort of statement from Jenny Slate, who played Justin Baldoni's sister in It Ends With Us.
Lively has reportedly stated in her complaint that several women voiced concerns about Justin Baldwin's behavior on set, further intensifying the controversy surrounding him. Insiders claim that Lively allegedly disclosed the names of 2 actresses who she said had issues with Baldoni, but sources later refuted these claims as false. While Lively insists that she was acting in support of those who felt uneasy, critics say that sharing unverified allegations risks harming reputations without concrete evidence in.
So she filed an amended complaint that is 141 pages long. She added 48 pages to her initial complaint that she first filed back in December. The big bombshell here, according to Blake Lively, is that there were other women on the set who were also made to feel uncomfortable by Baldoni's alleged behavior. Blake Lively claims in this new updated complaint that another female co-star who is unnamed in this complaint, that she actually reported this behavior to Sony, which was the distributor behind this film. Now, I have reached out to Baldoni's team. We have not heard back, but you see there that they say that he did not hold himself accountable after this was reported, and instead that he used a louder voice, it goes on to say, to silence Blake Lively and anyone else who may have spoken.
Sources indicate that the two actresses named in the lawsuit are Jenny Slate and Isabella Farah. Despite their alleged desire to remain anonymous, the amended lawsuit initially did not disclose their names, as they reportedly did not want to be involved publicly. However, when Blake Lively's claims faced skepticism due to a lack of evidence, the names were revealed the next day.
Sources indicate the two women are actresses Jenny Slate and Isabella Farah, who could not immediately be reached for comment. So it just goes into who they are. But what's crazy is they did not want to be named. So when her amended lawsuit dropped, everybody was like what? Like you're just saying that other women felt uncomfortable, but they're not willing to share any of their information. They don't want to join the lawsuit. They don't want to be named. You can't share text, nothing. Like keep my name out of it.
Obviously, people think the other two women are Jenny Slate and Isabella Ferrer. Something I cannot reconcile is Isabella Ferrer's text message to Justin after she stopped filming with him. She literally says, "Thank you for making it such a comfortable set for me, my first film." You would just not say that. You would not use those words to your creepy director. You would use other words to kiss his ass. But she literally says, "Thank you for making such a comfortable experience."
It's so true. You would just not send that message.
Or you would send another message that would be ass kissy too, but you wouldn't use the words comfortable.
And safe. I believe she used the word safe.
The other person who I really need to hear from is Jenny Slate, because I believe maybe all this other stuff is pointing towards her, that she was the other person in this.
Right.
Jenny Slate, I feel like, has the power to rule on this case.
Yeah.
Like if she comes out and says like everything was fine,
I don't. Says I was creeped out.
Or she says I was creeped out.
No, I think that even if she says I was creeped out, first of all, and this is a point a lot of people are making, listen, a guy being a little too woo-woo, maybe a little creepy, being uncomfortable is not the same thing as being sexually harassed. And that is just, I think, that what a lot of people will say, unless someone says he did X, Y, or Z, and it's fully over the line.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying that
that's
the world
where
we
we're
live
at.
in.
Yeah, totally.
Especially in this case.
Yeah.
A spokesperson for Lively stated that these witnesses had given approval to share their communications, but critics argue they were thrown under the bus to strengthen Lively's case and shift the pressure away from her and Ryan Reynoldson.
Produced documents in the discovery process, said a spokesperson for Lively. So a spokesperson now, not even just that was in the lawsuit, but now a spokesperson has come out and said this. Who's a spokesperson? Is it a lawyer? Is it Ryan Reynolds? Is it Blake? Like who? You don't even name it? Okay. In a statement, Brian Friedman, a lawyer for Baldoni, said that Lively's revised lawsuit is filled with unsubstantial hearsay.
However, Boney has taken a firm stance against what he sees as a strategic media move, orchestrated by Lively's team while details remain unfolding. Owens has been vocal about the situation, criticizing the alleged tactics and their implications. In the entertainment industry, as tensions rise, the debate of over-celebrity PR strategies and public influence continues to gain steam.
All right, show of hands if you stayed up until midnight waiting for Blake Lively to drop this freaking amendment. Okay, am I the only person with their hands raised? Are you guys just here to plagiarize because you know I went through every line like a complete psycho? That's perfectly fine. I just want you guys to know rather, that if you're here because you think there's some bombshell in here, as her lawyers were alluding to, oh, wait until everybody sees everything, you're going to be sorely disappointed, because if clickbait was an amendment, this is it. Okay, I cannot believe it. And there's so much more going on here. Now we really see the target of everything, I think. Really the linchpin for her lawsuit, the person that she went after. We have to discuss Isabella Farrer.
What are your thoughts on this growing controversy between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? Do you think Lively was genuinely advocating for others, or did she cross a line? Share your views in the comments below.